Trump's name appears more than 1,000 times across the roughly 3.5 million new Epstein documents released by the
I
DOJ.
can't remember if it was 1,700 times or 17,000 times, but it was a huge number, more than 1,000. And that is after they spent months and millions of dollars redacting his name and his picture. We still found I think it was 17, over 1,700 times his name occurred. And for those who haven't heard, it's not just Trump you can search for. If you search for Trumo, Trumo, because they just replaced the P with an O, so you can't search it, there's thousands more. This is after they went and redacted it.
This is also after the deadline. They were supposed to have this stuff out, all of it, months ago now? Or was it about a month ago or so?
Yeah, it was about a month ago.
So they're breaking the law, not releasing the files like was lawfully adjudicated. They didn't do that, and now the stuff that they're putting out is painting Donald Trump horribly in the Epstein files. I don't understand how anybody in MAGA is still like, yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Oh, and I don't know if you heard this, but after they released the last bit, people went and downloaded it, searched it, found his name over 200 times in one document, absolutely describing what he was doing, and then they pulled those files off of the website where they launched them.
Yeah. That happens almost every time they do a dump. Like, they'll dump it, and then you see all these creators come out with all the stuff they find, and then the DOJ pulls it back in. It's like the redaction in this case is so sloppy. So sloppy. There's no leadership. There's no seriousness about it.
There's a joke I saw where we would be in a lot more trouble if this evil empire, this evil regime, was actually competent.
Right.
If they were actually competent, we'd be in so much more trouble.
Yeah, but thank God.
But let's talk about what actually did show up, what did come out. And it was Elon Musk has been verified in the documents to have wanted to go to island. His daughter then confirmed that he did go to the island.
He did lie about that too before that. He said that he never didn't associate with Epstein or something like that. And then there's those emails came out and he was requesting to go to the island at the biggest party night and day that they had. So Elon knows what's going on. He's like, yeah, I want to get down as soon as Christmas is over. I'm going to go party, if you know what I mean.
So Elon's in it. Bill Gates is in it. But regardless of, all the people in it, if the information there says that they did inappropriate things, which I have to preface this, not everybody's name who's in there has evidence in there that they did something wrong. Just being honest. And honestly, the legitimacy of some of those names kind of in question to me, right? I feel like there's a few that I'm kind of, how legitimate is this?
Well, let's talk about some of the names that appeared, like Howard Lutnick. His name appeared. Have you heard him on TV on CNN explaining his relationship with Epstein? He describes a story. Him and his wife, they lived right next door or something. They go to his house, and they're showing him around. Epstein shows him a massage table in the middle of the living room. Howard Lutnick says that it was weird, and then as soon as him and his wife saw this massage chair, they said, "Thank you, but we are leaving. And I was never in a room with that man again because he was gross." He said some shit like that. And then the email came out yesterday, and he's like all over it. He's a big part of it. All of the guys are like that.
And then, what was it? Peter Attia, the famous Canadian broadcaster, is all over it. But, again, if there's evidence in there that they did bad stuff, cool. Go after them, prosecute them, whatever. And let's get back to the Trump continues to be in them. But I want to use the old analogy where there's smoke, there's fire. Dude, there's so much smoke coming out of these Epstein files between the initial release and these, how they were able to unredact some of them because they were so poorly redacted. Like, there was Word documents where they literally highlighted it, clicked color, but if you just highlight it, you can copy and paste the whole text over or open it in edit mode and just remove all that stuff. And his name is like everywhere. But like thousands, potentially over 2,000 times his name is mentioned over there. Not once, not 100, 2,000
Thousands.
or thousands.
This to me was Trump's pedophile ring, not Epstein's. Like, it really feels like Trump was kind of the ringleader of this.
Well, regardless of being ringleader or not, you can't have 1,700 names in there after months and months and thousands of hours of manpower and all the money that's been spent on redacting these, which is why they got delayed so long. And to go, well, it's still 1,700 occurrences after months of manpower trying to take it out. Like, he was, regardless of if he was in charge or not, he was critically involved. He was instrumentally involved in my mind. And even if he was just a bystander, that shows just how much he was connected. So all this lies that they put out about, oh, he didn't know him, he didn't do anything. Oh, come on, man. Like, even his own people couldn't get enough time and effort to take his name out of it because there were so many. And the people inside have been leaking out information saying that what we've seen is just a fraction that they had to remove. Like, he was in there tens of thousands of times, according to some of the insiders.
I'm
And the
sure.
stuff that he did was so gross, people quit because they couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, there was some like reports in there. I don't know exactly where they're at, but there was one where a report. I don't know if it's true or not. That there was a 13-year-old girl, back in the 80s or 90s, and Trump requested, oral sex from her, and she bit him, and he hit her in the head or something like that. Like that was in there. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it isn't. But the fact
So
that it
this,
appears, and there's a lot of other stories like it, kind of
so the
point you in one direction.
story, I know the story you're referring to. And what is interesting is there's a lot of content about people going on record saying that that was videotaped, that that videotape exists. And if I remember correctly, and please forgive me if I get this wrong, he was with Epstein. Epstein made the girl go in there and do it. She gave him oral satisfaction. He ends up, after she's done, hitting her and telling her she was awful, and then like leaving and talking shit to her after hitting her and leaving.
I can
There's
see that
also
from Donald Trump.
reports There's also reports it's supposedly video, and granted, the video is like, who knows? Like,
VHS.
it could not exist. It could exist until it is in front of somebody that I trust to review it. I don't want to see it. Never do I want to see it. I don't want this to ever be out there. Which also, we need to also touch on the point that they didn't redact all the victims. They left victims in there
Right.
nude, pictures of them nude, and they pushed that out to the media. They redacted Trump's pictures, but they didn't redact the victims.
So that tells
So
that tells you everything about the mission when they went to look at these
yeah,
documents.
this
That says
is
everything about what they're charged
they're
with. They were
protecting
charged
Trump,
with getting Trump out, not covering up the victims, not protecting everybody else. It was all about Donald Trump.
and there's
That's why there
another
were so many
video.
mistakes.
Sorry, there's another record in there that has been, who knows, but it was stated on record that Epstein and somebody else tied down a 13-year-old girl, and Trump and Epstein both took turns doing what they did
I haven't heard
to
that one
her
yet.
tied up on a bed. So, like, how much of this is nonsense? I don't know. How much of this is true? I don't know. And honestly, I don't know that I'll ever honestly be able to know. And I'm not going to pursue this, but because of what this administration has done, I have absolutely zero trust to know the truth. All I can know is that 1,700 occurrences in that document is not an accident. It's not a smear campaign. He's the most, other than Epstein, I think other than Epstein, he's the most prominent, like, he's the most common name in that document. Like, there's no way on God's green earth anybody will be able to convince me that A, this is all made up, B, that he didn't do anything, or C, that our government isn't hiding his complicity, or D, that he's not a you know what. Like, there's
Our
no way.
government is hiding. They are complicit.
And honestly, if these were, and I'm going to go back to the logic problem because this is the one I'm struggling with. If Clinton's guilty because his name is in it, then Trump is guilty because his name is in it. Can't cherry pick. Trump has been defined in there as having done bad things. I have yet to read anything that Clinton has done in there. Maybe that'll come out. Who knows?
Let's talk about Bill
But
Clinton for a little bit, because there was the first or second round of Epstein files that dropped. Bill Clinton released a tweet on Twitter that he wanted to have a hearing. He wanted to testify, and then
that was
after this
after
one
the
came
last
out,
batch.
huh?
So the first batch came out, and the committee, whoever committee, Senate committee or whatever, subpoenaed him, and he basically told him to F off. He wasn't going to do it. He doesn't care. I mean, last I heard, he has cancer. Or no, sorry. Last I heard, he's old. Who gives a shit? What are they going to do, right? They're not going to try him because that opens up the floodgates on Trump. And it sets a precedent that I think the Republicans really need to pay attention to.
They may
And
have
that
said
is,
this
if
today,
you're going to
Bill.
prosecute one president based on the information in there, then we should prosecute all presidents based on the information in there.
Right. Bill and Hillary are both fighting to have a public hearing about the Epstein files. They want it public, and I don't know whatever committee it was, they are trying to do it behind closed doors. And Bill Clinton and Hillary, I think this was today, are both like, no,
Yeah.
we'll do it in public. We want the public
Yes.
to see. So that says a lot, MAGA. I don't want to hear nothing from you about Bill Clinton anymore until you acknowledge
So
what's going on with Donald Trump.
if the documents are faked by Democrats, then why is Bill Clinton in there? If the documents are faked, why does the Senate give a shit about pursuing charges about testimony denial or not going to testify in front of anybody? Like, why do they care? Why are they threatening jail time against the Clintons about testifying on a fake document if it's fake? It's all horseshit,
But
guys.
not
You
Donald
guys are.
Trump.
Donald Trump appears in there 1,700 times. Bill Clinton appears in there how much? But you're going to get mad at Bill Clinton when there's literally descriptions of what Trump did?
And I think we're all the same. I think on the left or even in the middle and most of the right, like if it's Bill Clinton's in there and he did some nefarious shit that was illegal, I say prosecute him and I condemn it. And I think everyone that I know on the left is like that. We don't care if you're on the left. If you fuck the child, we want you to go to prison.
So let's just say it again. If they're fake, then if you believe they're truly fake, then there should be no arrests from it. If they're not fake, then we should prosecute everybody that has been complicit based on these documents that have been confirmed. Pick one.
As always, I am very excited to see all the comments from MAGA. I'll make a whole video on this, watching your comments, seeing how much you have to bend yourself into a pretzel just to keep defending Trump. It is bewildering. Bewildering.
I mean, we go back to the original statement that Trump made. He said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and he wouldn't lose a single voter. I mean, apparently he can do some stuff to some bad kids, or he can do some bad stuff to some kids, and you guys still won't abandon him. Just saying.
He can cheat on his wives and you don't care about him. You don't think that's true. He can call women all kinds of horrible names and men. Nothing, you guys don't say anything about that. He's killing people in America and on the streets. No one's saying anything about that. You guys are supporting the killers in this. It is bananas what is happening in America right now. And the world is protesting ICE right now. It's not just here at home.
Our next video, let's talk about ICE and voting in Georgia.
Okay.
Preview for everybody at home listening in, because that's going to be a spicy one too.
Yeah, well, hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.